Okay. Hi, my name is Ophira Eisenberg. You are watching the first little series I'm doing called Inside Joke. Here's my story. I am pregnant. Let's give a body shot here. Oh yeah. I'm 28 weeks pregnant and I'm a stand-up comic. I host a radio trivia comedy show on NPR called Ask Me Another, and I tell stories with the Moth and a whole bunch of organizations. I'm a little bit older. I'm what they call in the OBGYN world currently a mature woman. I think the official word on the ultrasound that describes me is, advanced maternal age. I never actually thought I would do it. Honestly, I'm doing a comedy show while very pregnant because I think that's just a different thing to do. I don't think anyone's done it. Why am I doing this? So here it is. I'm 43 years old to be doing this. It happened spontaneously. I'm super lucky in that sense because I know women go through so much in order to be pregnant or even up their fertility at all kinds of different ages. I live in New York, not exactly the ideal place to raise a kid in my opinion. You know, closed spaces, things are expensive, and I do stand-up, which is a night job. So kind of a rough schedule. I don't really make enough money to just kick back and be like, I don't feel like working. You know what? I just want to have kids so I don't work, which some people do, and I am jealous and envious, but that is not me. It is not me. So here we are. By the way, this is decaf. Relax, everybody. Well, it's half decaf and half cap. I have talked for years in my act about not wanting kids, joking about putting them up for adoption. So being in this state was sort of a surprise, and I'm excited, but I'm also terrified. Completely terrified. This is going to be very interesting. This is going to be an interesting journey. I want to add a fun tone to this too. I want to go out to some of my friends who have done this, who have small kids in Brooklyn. There's a lot of them in Brooklyn. Friends who do stand-up with small kids, you know, obviously at home. I don't know how anyone does this. Here's one other reason I'm doing it. I'm a control freak. I'm a control freak. I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant till 4.5 months. I hid it. It was kind of on the small side. But, you know, it was bizarre. It was mostly bizarre because I work at night in bars and I like to have a glass of wine, sometimes a cocktail, and all of a sudden I'm drinking seltzers. Thought that was a clear giveaway. You'd be surprised how much nobody is watching or noticing anything you're doing because we're all the stars of our own story. So while I'm like, oh, is anyone noticing that I'm having a seltzer? No, they're looking at themselves in a mirror, like on their phone. I didn't want to tell anyone too because I was worried. I was worried something would go wrong. I have lots of reasons to think that, and we'll get into that as this goes on. And I was terrified of what it meant to change how I see myself. There's a side of this that is for me, because nothing that I say in a camera and nothing that I do in life that is within the realm of like my control is really going to impact this in any way. There's just so many unknowns. I took a prenatal yoga class. We'll be talking about that too. Not exactly my thing, but I'm trying. And they talk a lot about surrender. If that isn't an understatement. Surrender. Not exactly my way of thinking, but I think you don't have a choice. I don't even know if you have a choice in life. And I should have learned that by now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm happy you're here. You'll be meeting my husband and my dog and a bunch of my friends and people that I respect as I interview them and figure out what's going on, and we'll lead it up to this great show that's going to happen in a few months.